Welcome back, artists. Today's lesson, we're gonna draw a squirrel. But we're not just happy drawing a squirrel because we're going to transform or alter, change, and create a new squirrel. We're gonna make a Mad Scientist Squirrel. And every mad scientist needs a gang or a group or those lackeys that follow around them. So we need to create those as well. So are you ready to draw a Mad Scientist Squirrel? But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Steve Harpster. I'm an author, illustrator, cartoonist, and YouTuber. Hey, I have a second channel. It's called Steve Harpster Draws His World. It's my animation channel. You can check it out right here. And you can see all my funny animations. And with each cartoon that I do, I have to start with characters. And that's what we're doing right now. So let's draw that squirrel. So to draw our squirrel, it's pretty simple. We're gonna start with a number 3. Next, we're gonna draw the squirrel's eyes. And we need to draw our squirrel's nose. We can shade or color in that shape if we like. Now we need to draw the squirrel's ears. Each one goes right above those eyes. And then right over here, we're gonna draw our squirrel's mouth. And a small line down the center of the mouth. I like to add 3 little dots on either side. And then really big, fun squirrel teeth. Now remember, you don't want to draw perfect. You want to have fun. Now we're going to draw the squirrel's body. We're going to start right there at the eye, and we're just going to draw a fun shape. That's the shape I chose for my squirrel's body. Hey, as we create other characters, you'll see how I change this later on. Now let's add the squirrel's arm. And I had those little cartoon fingers at the end of the arm. Now for the squirrel's legs and feet. Real simple. Hey, let's add another arm and some cartoon fingers to the other side. It looks like it's either waving or maybe holding something, so let's add an acorn there. Last thing our squirrel needs is a tail, and it's really easy. So starting right here, we're gonna draw a swirl. And then from the bottom of the swirl, we're gonna draw it to the bottom of the squirrel. And there you go, you have a cute little squirrel, but this is not a mad scientist. For that, we're going to need to redraw our character. We need to exaggerate lines and shapes and use our imagination. So let's do that right now. Now you can see that I lowered the opacity on my squirrel using my iPad Pro. Hey, if yours is in pencil and paper, that's great. All you need to do is lightly erase or put another piece of paper on top and redraw your character. First thing we're going to do is we're going to change the shape of our number 3. I'll keep that part the same, but I'm going to make this part go up a little bit higher. Let's add creepy eyes. Okay, I like those eyes. Now we can go ahead and let's add some goggles over top of those eyes. And you can see I'm using this one as just a reference. I'm not tracing over it, I'm just using it as an idea of where things should go. Let's add those ears to our Mad Scientist Squirrel. But you know what? As I think about it, I think it needs some Mad Scientist hair, so I'm gonna get rid of those ears, and let's add that hair instead. That's some pretty cool hair. Now we can put the ears back in place. We have the ears. Now it's time to draw the nose. And let's work on the mouth. You can see I tried a couple different ideas for the mouth before coming up with this. Play around and see what you come up with. Your first idea might not be your best. Now let's go ahead and add the rest of the details to that mouth. I'm going to work on the body now, but I need to add a lab coat to this character to get that mad scientist vibe. Kind of looks like a dress, but it's supposed to be like a hospital gown or like a doctor's uniform. Let's add the arms, but I'm gonna put like rubber gloves, you know, like what a mad scientist would have. Okay, this is looking pretty awesome. Although I think it needs like maybe some potions or chemicals, something in those hands. So let me add that right now. Hey, let's add those legs and feet with some Mad Scientist boots. And last thing we need to do is let's add our Mad Scientist tail. And there you go, we have a Mad Scientist Squirrel. Now, I added some things like obviously these little potions, these little stray hairs here on the tail, a scar, sharp pointy teeth, and things like that, but there's other things you could add to your character, such as slime, or maybe like extra arms as if it were mutated from accidentally taking one of its potions or having it spilled, and maybe robotic parts where it has a robot arm or a robotic leg. Hey, what are some things that you would add to your Mad Scientist? Put it in the comments below, I'd love to hear. Next character we need to create for our Squirrel Mad Scientist is a lackey or a henchman, somebody that is like, does the bidding. This is gonna be like a smaller character, one that's easily picked on and forced to do things, and maybe not the brightest, so think of like Igor, think of like mad scientists and different lackeys and henchmen you've seen in movies, and we're gonna do that with our next squirrel character. So again, starting off with my number 3, I'm going to, this time I'm gonna draw the nose in. And then let's add the eyes. I'm thinking having one eye bigger than the other, but I don't know if I want them set far apart like that. I think these eyes might work. And let's add those ears. Couple wisps of hair. We're gonna go crazy with this mouth. We're gonna extend the bottom part of the 3 like this. And then let's add lots of goofy squirrel teeth. Now with the face done, time to add a body. And that's pretty crazy right there. Let's add our arms. And we'll add legs and feet. And then let's add our squirrel's tail. Trying to think of some good details to add to this character. And just like that, we have our little lackey squirrel. You can see some weird things that I added to this character. Some ripped up clothing, lots of different stray hairs. I think the eyes really sell that this character is a bit strange, and that giant overbite of the mouth also helps. One more character that we're going to draw the muscle, the big burly squirrel that can help our evil mad scientist. So this time I'm going to draw the number 3 very small. With some very dull looking eyes for our character. I'm going to keep this face very expressionless. This is not a bright character, it just does what it's told. Now for the body, I'm going to try a variety of shapes. And I like this one. I think this one's the best one so far. Now, some big, muscular squirrel arms. And tiny squirrel legs to accentuate just how big this character is. We're also going to make a small squirrel tail. And with my rough idea all fleshed out, it's time to figure out some other details, things to add to this character. So now that I have my rough idea, I turn down the opacity and now I'm going back over and I'm trying different things. I'm trying different eyes and nose shapes, mouth positions, expressions, because I need to show as a cartoonist what this character's emotion and mood, what this character's all about, what's its personality. You can only get that by looking at the character, and I need to deliver that right away. And here we go. We've got Rocco, our big, giant muscle squirrel. This is the backbone of the operation, the one that goes out and gets things done. Obviously, our mad scientist is the brains of the operation. This is the guy that you don't want to mess with. We have all three of our characters: Lackey, Muscle, our strongman, Mad Scientist. Well, artists, I hope you had a blast drawing, and I hope you realize just how easy it is to make characters and just how fun it is as well. Hey, if you want to do some more drawing, you can check out all my other YouTube videos, but I also have a subscription art site. It's called Harptooniacs. Members only art lessons where every drawing tells a story. Hey, I've got some free sample lessons you can check out below, and if you enjoy it, you can become a member. Try a free lesson below, and I'll be back with another drawing lesson real soon, so grab your pencil and your paper and turn on your imagination.